When installing an Ansul system for a restaurant vent hood, especially a mechanical release system, understanding the shunt trip breaker connection is crucial. The goal is to ensure that when the Ansul system activates, it automatically shuts down the lights and the supply fan associated with the vent hood. For this process, you will need several components including an Ansul shunt trip breaker, a normally open, abbreviated NO, contact on the Ansul system trigger, and a thermostat or smoke detector connected to the Ansul system trigger. Firstly, it is imperative to verify that the system is indeed a mechanical release Ansul system, as the connection methods can differ based on the system type. Secondly, replace the regular breaker in the electrical panel with the Ansul shunt trip breaker. The key difference is that the shunt trip breaker has 2 additional terminals specifically for the Ansul system connections. Thirdly, run 2 wires from the no contact on the Ansul system trigger to the shunt trip terminals on the breaker. This connection allows the Ansul system to communicate directly with the breaker. Fourthly, connect the thermostat or smoke detector to the Ansul trigger device. This device will initiate the Ansul system when it detects a fire or excessive heat. When the Ansul system is activated, the no contact will close. This action sends a signal to the shunt trip breaker. Fifthly, when the no contact closes, the shunt trip breaker will trip, thereby interrupting power to both the lights and the supply fan. This ensures that these electrical components do not exacerbate the fire or hinder the fire suppression efforts. It's important to note several key considerations during this installation. The shunt trip breaker should be appropriately sized for the current draw, often called amperage, of the lights and the supply fan. This ensures that the breaker can handle the load under normal operating conditions without tripping prematurely. The thermostat or smoke detector should be strategically positioned to effectively detect a fire or excessive heat quickly. This placement is critical for a rapid response. Regular maintenance and inspections of the Ansul system are crucial. This ensures that the system functions properly in an emergency. This includes checking the shunt trip breaker and all associated wiring. If there is any uncertainty about any aspect of the installation or the functioning of the system, it is strongly recommended to consult with a qualified electrician or a fire safety professional. They can provide expert guidance and ensure that the system is installed and functioning correctly, adhering to all relevant codes and regulations. Now, let's delve into the technical specifications that should be taken into account when installing this setup. Choosing the right shunt trip breaker is not only about whether it fits the physical space in the panel, but also about its electrical capacity and compatibility with the Ansul system. Firstly, the voltage rating of the breaker must match the system voltage, whether it's 120 volts, 208 volts, 240 volts, 277 volts, or 480 volts. Secondly, the amperage rating of the breaker must be sufficient to handle the combined load of the lights and the supply fan. Exceeding the breaker's amperage rating can lead to nuisance tripping or, in worst case scenarios, overheating and fire. Thirdly, the shunt trip mechanism itself needs to be compatible with the voltage supplied by the Ansul system's no contact. Some shunt trip breakers operate on 24 volts direct current, abbreviated DC, while others might use 120 volts alternating current, abbreviated AC, or even higher voltages. Ensure that the voltage of the Ansul system's trigger matches the shunt trip breaker's requirements. When wiring the no contact to the shunt trip terminals, it is crucial to use appropriately sized wires. The wire gauge depends on the voltage and amperage of the shunt trip circuit. Generally, 18 American wire gauge, abbreviated AWG, or 16 American wire gauge, abbreviated AWG, wire is sufficient for low voltage DC circuits, but for 120 volts AC or higher, 14 American wire gauge, abbreviated AWG, or 12 American wire gauge, abbreviated AWG, might be necessary. Refer to the National Electrical Code, abbreviated NEC, Table 310.15b16 for ampacity ratings of different wire sizes. Ensure that all wire connections are secure and properly insulated to prevent shorts or ground faults. The thermostat or smoke detector plays a critical role in initiating the Ansul system. Selecting the right type and placement of these devices is essential for effective fire detection. Firstly, consider the specific hazards present in the kitchen environment. A thermostat might be suitable for detecting excessive heat from cooking equipment, while a smoke detector is better at detecting smoke from a fire. Secondly, place these sensors in locations where they can quickly detect a fire. This might include directly above cooking surfaces or near exhaust ducts. Thirdly, ensure that the thermostat or smoke detector is compatible with the Ansul system's trigger mechanism. Some systems require a specific type of sensor or a particular voltage or amperage signal. When connecting the thermostat or smoke detector to the Ansul trigger device, follow the manufacturer's instructions carefully. Use appropriately sized wires and secure all connections. Test the system regularly to ensure that the sensors are functioning correctly and that the Ansul system is activated promptly when a fire is detected. During installation, ensure that all electrical work complies with the National Electrical Code, abbreviated NEC, and any local codes and regulations. This includes proper grounding of all electrical components, using approved wiring methods, and installing appropriate overcurrent protection. Always to energize the circuit before working on any electrical components to prevent electrical shock. Use a voltage tester to verify that the circuit is de-energized before proceeding. After completing the installation, thoroughly test the entire system to ensure that it is functioning correctly. This includes activating the Ansul system and verifying that the shunt trip breaker trips, shutting down the lights in the supply fan. Also, check that all other components of the Ansul system, such as the extinguishing agent discharge nozzles, are functioning as intended. Document all aspects of the installation, including the types and sizes of components used, the wiring methods employed, and the test results. This documentation will be helpful for future maintenance and inspections. Keep a copy of the documentation readily available for reference. Regular inspections and maintenance are essential for ensuring the continued reliability of the Ansul system. These inspections should include checking the shunt trip breaker, the wiring connections, the thermostat or smoke detector, and all other components of the system. Follow the manufacturer's recommendations for maintenance and testing. Replace any worn or damaged components promptly. Keep a record of all inspections and maintenance performed. Finally, training for kitchen staff is crucial for ensuring that they know how to respond in the event of a fire. This training should include how to manually activate the Ansul system, how to evacuate the kitchen safely, and how to report the fire to the fire department. Conduct regular fire drills to reinforce this training. By following these guidelines and consulting with qualified professionals, the installation and maintenance of an Ansul system with a shunt trip breaker can be performed effectively. This ensures the safety of the restaurant and its occupants. The National Fire Protection Association, abbreviated NFPA, standards, particularly NFPA 96, provide detailed requirements for ventilation control and fire protection of commercial cooking operations. Adherence to these standards is essential for ensuring fire safety in restaurant kitchens. Furthermore, local jurisdictions may have additional requirements that must be followed. When selecting the shunt trip breaker, consider its interrupting rating. The interrupting rating is the maximum fault current that the breaker can safely interrupt. Ensure that the breaker's interrupting rating is sufficient for the available fault current at the installation location. This information can typically be obtained from the local utility company. Using a breaker with an insufficient interrupting rating can lead to catastrophic failure in the event of a short circuit. The shunt trip mechanism itself is a solenoid that is energized when the no contact closes. This solenoid mechanically trips the breaker, interrupting the circuit. The response time of the shunt trip mechanism is typically very fast, often within milliseconds. This rapid response is crucial for quickly shutting down electrical equipment during a fire. Some shunt trip breakers have additional features, such as remote reset capabilities. These features can be useful for restoring power to the circuit after the Ansul system has been activated and the fire has been extinguished. However, always ensure that it is safe to restore power before doing so. Never reset a trip breaker without first investigating the cause of the trip. The no contact on the Ansul system trigger is typically a switch that is held open by a mechanical linkage. When the Ansul system is activated, the linkage releases, allowing the switch to close. This switch closure completes the circuit to the shunt trip breaker, causing it to trip. The thermostat or smoke detector should be selected based on its sensitivity and response time. A more sensitive sensor will detect a fire more quickly, but it may also be more prone to false alarms. A sensor with a faster response time will activate the Ansul system more quickly, which can help to minimize fire damage. The placement of the sensors should be carefully considered to ensure that they are not obstructed by cooking equipment or other objects. The sensors should also be protected from excessive heat and moisture, which can damage them. Regular testing of the Ansul system should include verifying that the shunt trip breaker trips when the system is activated. This can be done by manually activating the system and observing the breaker. The breaker should trip immediately when the system is activated. If the breaker does not trip, there may be a problem with the shunt trip mechanism or the wiring connections. The extinguishing agent used in the Ansul system should be appropriate for the type of cooking equipment being protected. Different types of extinguishing agents are available for different types of fires. Using the wrong type of extinguishing agent can be ineffective or even dangerous. The extinguishing agent should be regularly inspected and recharged as necessary. The nozzles that discharge the extinguishing agent should be clean and unobstructed. The nozzles should be aimed at the areas where fires are most likely to occur. The training for kitchen staff should also include instruction on how to use a fire extinguisher. Fire extinguishers are a valuable tool for fighting small fires before they can spread. Kitchen staff should know where the fire extinguishers are located and how to use them properly. Regular fire drills should be conducted to practice evacuation procedures and to familiarize staff with the location of fire safety equipment. The drills should simulate different types of fire scenarios. After a fire, the Ansul system should be inspected and recharged by a qualified technician. The shunt trip breaker and all other electrical components should also be inspected for damage. Any damaged component should be replaced. The cause of the fire should be investigated to prevent future fires. This may involve identifying and correcting any unsafe practices or conditions in the kitchen.